Kimora Lee Simmons is the ex-wife of Russell Simmons. Kim Porter is the ex-girlfriend, now deceased, of Sean Combs. Kim and Sean share 3 children together. Ericakennedy was their friend. She was a very respected journalist, and they were all carving their own distinct paths in fashion and entertainment and journalism and media. They all shared that same ambition of entering the glamorous and, quote, elite, end quote, faction of society through fashion and literature and television. However, all unfortunately landed in the mire of that hip-hop industry, and 2 didn't make it out alive. Kim Porter and Kimora Lee were both models. Ericakennedy was not a model. She took the educational route. She was a well-versed publicist and journalist. Erica graduated from Sarah Lawrence College and Oxford University. She was a creative consultant for fashion and lifestyle brands, such as Tommy Hilfiger, Sean John, Sean Combs' clothing line. Some might argue that Kimora and Kim's rise to fame was really through their training as model girlfriends or wives for really rich men. Ericakennedy, on the other hand, was trained and educated, which elevated her in the ranks of the industry. As a teenager, Kennedy claimed she was involved with a record producer, and this record producer introduced her to Russell Simmons. She credits the connection as her entrance into hip-hop and into the industry. Well, Kimora Lee introduced Erica to Kim Porter, and Kim and Kimora and Erica became friends. Both Ericakennedy and Kim Porter were a part of Kimora and Russell Simmons' wedding ceremony in 1998. It's unclear if the relationship between Kim Porter and Ericakennedy was as tight as Erica's and Kimora's, but it has been noted that Erica and Kimora were very close friends. Well, their lives took vastly different turns. By 2004, Ericakennedy releases Bling, which is a novel centered around the character Lamont Jackson, who's the head of the hottest hip-hop label in the business. Also around 2004, Baby Phat which is Russell Simmons' clothing line, for his then-wife Kimora Lee, was acquired by Kellwood Company. And Kim Porter was raising 2 boys, one from I'll Be Sure, the other from Sean Combs. After publishing her novel Bling, which instantly moved Kennedy into star status, her book became a bestseller. She received movie deal contracts from the Weinstein Company. Her book deal had landed her a $500,000 signing bonus, which is not the norm for a young black woman at that time or any time. The book is also satirical, which I think a lot of people overlook. It ridiculed the hip-hop industry and all its deceptive vices. So some begin to speculate about who the real characters were in her novel. Was it Russell Simmons? That is the initial person that they thought this book was about. Soon the narrative changed and everyone said it was Sean Combs. However, in the beginning, this book was said to be about Russell Simmons.
People like the book because it's a good book and it's funny and it's an entertaining read, but also because I think people are really fascinated by the hip hop world. And this book really takes you behind the scenes and shows you like really what's going on in that VIP room at the P. Diddy party. The young singer, the ingenue, the book is about a girl who is discovered by this powerful hip-hop mogul, and he wants to turn her into a pop superstar. And everybody thinks the young girl is Mariah Carey, and they think the mogul, some people think it's P. Diddy, but it's actually not based on any one particular person, but it is inspired by people that I know in that world, like real people in that world.
I believe I was maybe a sophomore. I know it was before junior prom and senior prom because I went to both of those proms alone with my friends when I was dating them. So it was definitely long before junior and senior prom. I think it was around sophomore year of high school. And again, everybody knows this in my life. You know, I was walking around, they see me. The point of it is I've known you a long time and I've seen lots of stuff and I just choose to not go there. Lots of things that I could say over the time I'm typically the one that he and others would call to have their back, right? I'm the one that they would call to solidify everything, to validate everything. If you always look, whenever they get into trouble, they always want to hop up on the live and do a half screen with me. Again, this was years ago because we don't speak now. But, I'm always the one that kind of puts out the fire.
Well, Ericakennedy was found dead in her Miami Beach, Florida home on June 13, 2012. She was only 42 years old. In her book, Bling, she exposes young girls being exploited by older music executives and dared to expose the hidden homosexual agenda in hip-hop. Although a novel, it mirrored the industry too closely. Erica was closer to Kimora Lee and may have grabbed more insight from the Simmons family structure than from Kim Porter and Sean Combs. Kim and Sean were about the same age. Kimora and Russell were not. There was a big age difference between them. Not to mention, Kennedy thought it was useful to inform her readers that she was also introduced to this industry as a teenager. Kimora was friends with Erica, but if something went down, more than likely Kimora would stand with her then husband, Russell Simmons. Some say it was suicide as a result of undiagnosed and or untreated depression, and her parents didn't want this information made public. However, there's no coroner report validating a suicide or official comment from her family. Erica had everything to live for. Her book was being made into a movie. Bling was a bestseller. She was young. She was beautiful. I understand depression doesn't care about any of those material things. But I also know there is a pattern of murders that people are committing, and these murders are being staged to look like suicide or natural causes, and it's definitely been proven that these people will kill to keep their secrets. Before we move on, I do want to mention another recent publicist that claimed she was threatened by Sean Combs. According to a personal essay in the New York Times Magazine, Combs threatened that he'd see Vibe Magazine's then editor-in-chief, Danielle Smith, dead in the trunk of a car after she refused to let him see an advance cover of the magazine. So he was very secure in his ability to harm, even if it was a journalist writing her story. So I don't want to take any shadows or any doubt out of your mind about Sean Combs. I just want you to look at the other common denominators, which are the Simmons. Years later, Kim Porter, known for her long-term relationship with Sean Diddy Combs, passed away. She was only 47 years old. Again, immediately there were rumors and suspicion, and unexplained stories started to pop up and mysteries around her death. The tell-all book and foul play was actually the narrative from day one, as it is still the narrative. Most people didn't buy the pneumonia diagnosis. Her death was ruled first a homicide, then it changed to lobar pneumonia, then the coroner, who said it was a homicide, just died. Onlookers weren't buying it, and we're still not buying it, regardless of who disagrees. At this point, this is the largest RICO case that I think we'll have in the history of this country, and the bodies that are supposedly dropping and have dropped under the auspices of this company, we have a right to understand what the heck is going on. Kimora Lee was at the home of Kim Porter on the tragic day Kim Porter was found dead. For the second time, Kimora had to face the tragic death of a very close friend under very mysterious circumstances. Some have speculated that it's more than coincidence that Kimora is still thriving while two of her extremely close friends are not. Though no evidence links Kimora or Russell Simmons to any wrongdoing in this case, there's really no evidence that links Sean Combs directly to this case either. I think Kimora's silence is suspicious. In an industry where loyalty is rare, Kimora's resilience may be inspiring to some, but to others, it leaves us with an unsettling question: who decides who truly gets to win? I must admit the likelihood of Sean Combs' involvement in the demise of Kim Porter and Ericakennedy is highly plausible, but why would he leave Kimora behind? What's being noted in this video is the Simmons, and they are common denominators in this mystery, in my opinion. And their involvement is just as plausible as Sean Combs. I usually don't play the race card, but I'm aware of others and how they play it. And does it matter that these two women were Black Americans, young, beautiful women, while Kimora Lee Simmons, who's also just as beautiful, is Asian? Is it like how Asians receive reparations from Obama and Black Americans didn't? I'm bored with the selectiveness. These demonic covenants apply to all who accept them. It's time for them to show their cards. Game over. If this RICO case is truly tried, people will be shocked at the involvement of their favorite celebrities. Not because they're freaky, but because they're murderers. This is Gigi. Thank you for watching this episode of As the Covenant Crumbles. Hey, if you want to read Bling, go to my bio section in this video and have at it. Don't forget to like the video, share the content, and subscribe for more. Peace.